What is going on, guys? I have a very special guest. Her name's Sharina, and she has a channel called Recovery Mom. It has over 10,000 subscribers. She's banging it right now. She's putting out a lot of great videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. She talks about anything from addiction recovery to BPD to anxiety issues. We have a lot of similarities, but it's always good to get a different take on anxiety and anxiety recovery and some strategies, and that's exactly what she's going to do for you today. So give her your full attention, and please go check out her channel. It is amazing, and it's another resource that you could take advantage of. I will have the link to her channel in the description below, and it will be in the first pinned comment. So go there, tell her that Trey sent you, and give her a lot of love and support, because that's what she's doing here for you guys. So without further ado, go ahead and take it away, Sharina.
Hi Trey, thank you for having me on your channel. Hi guys, my name is Sharina. My YouTube channel is Recovery Mum. A little bit about me. I have suffered with my mental health as far back as I can remember. I've suffered with self-harming, bulimia, drug addiction, alcoholism, borderline personality disorder, anxiety, depression, pre and postnatal depression. Yes, I'm a mum of 4. But none of those are problems for me today, and I like to focus on recovery. I believe anyone can recover. Today I am going to be discussing anxiety with you. So my experience of anxiety was I was very anxious, especially coming into my teens, and I got bullied. I started initially just picking my hair and picking to the point that actually I got a little bald patch when I was like 14 years old from picking my hair so much. I believe there's a name for that picking, and it's called trichomania. So I suffered like that. I had my first panic attack when I was 14. I can remember it so clearly. I thought I was dying. I had never heard of a panic attack before. I didn't know what a panic attack was. I just thought I was dying. Obviously, they became more frequent, and I learned about them and I found out what they were. My anxiety took me to a very dark place, to the point I couldn't leave the house because I was so scared everyone was going to judge me, laughing at me. I was embarrassed to be around people. If I went into a supermarket to do my weekly shop and one person even glanced near me, I would be out of there because the heart rate would go, I'd get sweaty, I'd be like and I'd have to run and hide in my car. Now, the way I tried to deal with my anxiety is possibly the worst way anyone can deal with anxiety, is I started drinking, and I started drinking a lot. And rather than solve my anxiety problems, it caused me a whole host of other problems. Basically, that is my experience. I'm not anxious today. I can do my weekly shop. I can be around people. I can do the school run and chat with other parents, and I'm not filled with that dread. Now, anxiety and stress are 2 different things. Stress can be caused from, like, you can be angry and get stressed. You can feel sad and get stressed. Anxiety is fear-based. It comes from the emotion fear. Also, stress comes from like outside influences, whereas anxiety itself is actually an internal response to a fear. And sometimes there's external triggers, sometimes there's not. Now here's the thing, when we get really anxious, our heart rate starts increasing, our breathing increases, our pupils dilate, we get sweaty palms, you might need the toilet. That's because you're going to clear out your system so you're light, so you can run and fight or fly, because it's the fight or flight response. And basically this is based in the limbic system, which is the survival part of our brain, the reptilian part of our brain. And it's there for a reason. Like I said, it's the survival part of our brain. It's there to help us survive. And we need that, because if we were walking down the street at night and we hear footsteps behind us and they're getting quicker and quicker, we need that brain to just kick in and get our heart rate going so we can either stand and fight or we can flee. There's also the freeze response, but I won't go into that today. So when this kicks into action, our prefrontal cortex, which is the front part of our brain, which is responsible for reasoning, logical thinking, rationalizing, thinking things through. It shuts down because we don't need it. For example, if you're sat there and a little bzzz goes in your ear, you do not want your little prefrontal cortex to go, I wonder what just went in my ear. Maybe I'll go and have a look. We don't want that. We want it to shut down. We just want to react. And that's what we do. Bzzz. And we jump out our skin and we do something, which is wonderful. Because like I said, we need that. When it becomes problematic is when we're detecting threats that aren't there. Like when I went into a supermarket and someone just glanced over, that wasn't a threat. I didn't need my fight or flight response to kick in, but it did. Now, the thing is, when the fight or flight response kicks in, it gives off different hormones and chemicals. One of them is cortisol, the stress hormone. And while that is necessary, too much cortisol over a long period of time actually erodes parts of the brain, such as the amygdala, the hippocampus, the parts of our survival brain. The problem with this is when they're eroded, they become hyperactive. So the more they're eroded, the more anxious we get, the more we're detecting threats all around us. So it can become so problematic that it can start interfering in our lives. Like I said, it doesn't get in the way of my life today. There are a few things that you can do. So one of them is when that fight or flight response kicks in and you've got all this burst of energy, one thing you can do, go and punch a punching bag, go and scream into a pillow, go and just run as fast as you can and get rid of that energy, because then you can breathe after. The other thing you can do is the opposite. To burst the energy, you can actually just slow your breathing. It sounds simple, but it's a really powerful technique. Deep, slow breaths. And what that does is basically our brain has said, there's a threat, run. And if we're like slow breathing, that message goes back, there's no threat. I can breathe slowly. And it's like, oh, okay then. And it slows everything down. And that's a way of overcoming it. Do it for 5 minutes, slow breathing, and everything will calm down around you. So one of the key things when you're trying to overcome anxiety is find different relaxation methods. Now, it's not one shoe fits all. You've got to find what works for you. Some people might take a nice, relaxing, warm bubble bath, whereas some people prefer to listen to relaxing music. Maybe you just want to go for a drive. And others, like I said, exercise is a wonderful thing. Exercise can be either using up that energy or relaxing. So there are things you can do. If you find it is really taking hold of you and you just don't know what to do, I would always suggest speak to a professional. They can't cure you, but they can guide you and help you overcome this disorder. So, like I tell everyone in recovery, our doctors can't do our recovery for us. We have to put in the work, but when we do, it is so, so worth it. I'm going to leave that there today, guys, but don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again, Trey. Take care, guys. Bye.
Wow, thank you so much, Sharina, for sharing. That was a very powerful message, very detailed and in-depth look at anxiety and what it can do, and some awesome strategies that you had there for us to, put into place and to take advantage and start utilizing every single day. I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for sharing this with my audience. Everybody, I'm telling you right now, go to her channel in the description in the first pinned comment and give her some love. Subscribe to her channel, show your appreciation, leave her a comment on her latest video and let her know that Trey sent you there. She's doing really, really great. And I think mental health channels like this need a lot more attention. Mental health is not doing great right now in the world that we live in. Awareness definitely needs to be much higher, and I think channels like these are great for the world in general and great for humanity. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to go check out her channel. Thanks again, Sharina, and hope you'll have a great afternoon.